everyone, and welcome back. We're here today with Jen Tomski. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
Super good. The weather's warm. Feeling good.
Yeah. I love that it's warmed up because the week of the cold snap was the worst thing of my life. So
yeah, this feels good. This feels like summer now, and I love it.
I love it too. So we'll just start with you telling us a bit about yourself.
Cool. Well, hello everyone. My name is Jen Tomski. I am a strong Edmontonian that loves the city, and I basically make content going around all of Edmonton and sharing stories of business owners and giving people ideas of how they can experience the best of the city through food, experiences, etc., etc. And other things about myself is that I really like puzzles and I like redecorating my boyfriend's home, and yeah, that's all.
All very fun things. Like jigsaw puzzles?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love sitting in front of my TV just doing puzzles. That's my way of relaxing.
Nice. My boyfriend really likes doing puzzles too, and I've never done them before.
You gotta get on that, because that is relaxing stuff. You gotta keep the mind stimulated.
So speaking about you as a content creator, are you a full-time content creator? Is that all you do, or do you do other things on the side? Or?
Great question. So I actually have a full-time job. I have my own company on the side, and I make videos for my own page. So it's a lot. It's like 3 full-time jobs.
Yeah, I was gonna say the amount of effort that goes into making videos. My goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes I find myself working 18-hour days, but you know, it is what it is. Love and life.
Yeah,
I have
you love
energy,
and enjoy
so
it, right? Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
It's good.
And so, what's your full-time job?
I work for an AI company doing social media.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so all very technology, content focused?
Yes,
Yeah.
all social media. Even my company is also doing social media for local businesses.
Oh my gosh. What made you want to start creating content and posting and such?
Ooh, so I've actually been doing it for a really long time. You know when you have those little mini digital cameras that are this big and they're just one button? They're so small.
Yeah.
So I was making videos back then because I was watching, Zoella on YouTube and all that stuff. I wanted to be them. So I was doing that. And yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. So I just really like making videos is kind of the background of it. And then when I started taking it more seriously, I was actually doing music, and then that led into doing more local. And then I went into university and I started taking Mandarin classes. So I started doing Mandarin-based content, traveling Asia. And then I came back and I was like, well, I'm staying here because my boyfriend has planted me here. And so I was like, I need to keep making videos because I love it. So now I'm back full on power mode. Boom, Edmonton. Yeah.
You live such a wild life. That's incredible.
It's been a journey.
Yeah. How long were you making content in Asia for?
Well, kind of on and off. So it was about 3 years of making. So I actually also have Chinese social media where I have probably around 700,000 followers that just like to watch me learn Mandarin.
Oh my gosh. There's a market for everything.
There really is. It's so random, but it's fun.
Your passion for creating videos, did that stem from originally with your mini camera watching Zoella, or was there something else that kind of was the catalyst for all of this?
I think that because back then technology was just becoming a thing, we had that computer that was really, really fat, and I would watch YouTube all day because I was like, wow, this is fun. I'd be playing Wii World and stuff on webkins on the computer and stuff, and it was just kind of a time where technology was so new, and I just thought that filming things and capturing memories and capturing the beautiful side of things was just so fascinating to me at that age. I don't know why, actually. It sounds kind of weird now that I say it out loud, because I was filming leaves.
It doesn't sound weird
and
at all.
Pine trees. But yeah, I really liked it. Yeah.
It's the creative mind, finding the beauty and the life in all of those moments. Because they're leaves, but it's important to you, so it's important.
Yes, the leaves were just so important back then.
I distinctly remember going around when I had gotten a new phone, taking photos of leaves or snow or
and you're wow, so
whatever
artistic.
It was. Exactly. It's I'm making a difference zooming in.
Yeah. Ooh, so unique.
Exactly. So it doesn't sound weird. I understand and I relate.
Thank
you.
you.
A lot of people also probably do. So
Yes.
It's not just you.
That's awesome. Yeah.
In your content creation, what would you say is your strongest social media platform?
definitely Instagram. Yeah, I feel like people are just really engaged on Instagram, and you can really kind of build a community there. So I'd say that's the strongest.
And is it just Instagram and what
TikTok?
else? TikTok.
Yeah.
How do you feel about TikTok? Just out of curiosity.
Ooh, I love TikTok. I mean, to be honest, I have no idea how to use that. Like,
Me
I
too.
do
That's
not.
why I ask.
I just, because I edit everything separately, and so then I just press upload, I add some hashtags, and I hope for the best. And to me, as long as you're giving value to people, it somehow floats its way around anyway.
100%.
So-
You're putting it out there, someone will find it who needs it. So.
Yeah. But I do like it. It's fascinating to me. I'm learning.
Yeah. Sahar is our TikTok gal because I can do it. I'm sure I could do it if I figured it out. My younger sister is incredible at it. She loves TikTok, but it's a process.
It is. Yeah, the young people love it. And I want to stay youthful and young. I want to be like one of those grandmas that's doing outfit videos.
Oh my
in the
gosh.
future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are so iconic. I love those. They're so cute.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Do you remember like the first moment maybe one of your videos like took off or like got a whole bunch of views, or the moment where it was like, oh, maybe this is something that I can actually do, you know?
Yeah, so I think like I was always just like pushing through just because I liked making videos, but there was a time actually during COVID where I was making Mandarin content back then on YouTube, and so I was posting every single day. Like I was writing a script for myself in Chinese, and then I would like execute it and blah blah blah, but I would post every single day for a month. It was a challenge for me. And then about a month later, some of these videos started to, like, my videos would maybe get like 4,000, 5,000 views at that time, but then all of a sudden I had 400,000, and I was like, whoa.
Like that's a
crazy.
big number.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And then I was like, wow, okay. So now that's when I started to notice like, okay, how should I make content? I was like coming up with like different kind of hooks and different types of titles, which I just thought was interesting. I like the strategy behind videos as well. Like I not only like creating it, but like the strategy behind it is what I'm currently really interested in. But yeah, so that's kind of when I noticed that my content was like, okay, doing better and better. And so I started to use that to like create my future content and see like, how can I continue that trend? Yeah, and so that's what I brought into when I started doing Edmonton more. I started to bring in those ideas of like the hooks. How do I bring value to people? How do I make things interesting? So I kind of used why those videos performed well to make that content. Yeah.
So it's a lot more than just filming a video and posting it.
Yeah. There's a lot of thought behind it.
Can you speak a bit about the process that goes into making one like 30 second or however long? I mean, I guess they're even shorter actually on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
On YouTube, they might be a little longer, but usually it's like 15 seconds to grab someone's attention. So can you speak to your video creating?
Yeah, so my current videos on Instagram and TikTok, the ones that are all about Edmonton, are all 20 seconds. I made that like a standard for myself. So what goes into it is, let's say like a restaurant or whoever just like approaches me and they're like, hey, can you come and film this video? And I say, cool, sounds good. So basically it starts off with a conversation. So I'm coordinating with them. I'm like, you know, finding out what they want to feature. And then I have to do a lot of thought about what will make this video perform well, because I want to make sure that their business can actually receive good, like, I'm getting chills because I just think like it's not just about saying, oh, this restaurant is here, go and enjoy it. No, but what's unique about this restaurant? What's cool about this restaurant? What's the backstory behind the owners? Like these different topics that can bring people in that is enticing. So it's a lot of like planning behind it in that way. And then I have to travel there, and then I have to film. And so when I'm filming, I also have to think of like, what are some unique shots that are maybe like a little bit different than like other creators, or something that will make my video also stand out. So I kind of took my whole page's approach is including my face in it. So people always recognize this as my video, like that I'm someone to trust. So that's kind of the approach that I'm taking, is like, I want to build that trust with people. I want to be their go-to person. So I always like film myself with the food in maybe a different way, or interacting with it, dipping, like, but I try to do different styles of shots that people don't really do that much. And I keep playing around with this because there's unlimited ways to do that. So anyway, that's the filming. And then I go back and I edit. And with the editing, it's also about optimizing at the same time. So it's like, how do you edit to the music? What is the trending song that goes behind it? That also is a whole other process of like, how do you find that? And then editing to the music, making sure that my voiceover matches the music, and then how do you do the voiceover so that it entices people and makes the watch time long so that they actually watch the whole video, because most people actually scroll away after like 2 to 3 seconds if you don't have a good hook, if you don't have like a good like value proposition. So anyway, that's all that. And then there's the posting, and the posting part also, hashtags, like what time and these different things. Those things don't matter too much nowadays, which is great, but yeah, there's a lot behind it. Sorry, that was so long.
No, do not apologize at all. I asked the question. I wanted to hear your answer. That's incredible. The amount of work that I don't think people realize goes into one video. I saw Sahar nodding along as you were speaking about like the music, trending song, angles, because she does all that for us. So it's a lot of work, which is crazy because, as you were saying, when people are scrolling through Instagram, they spend like maybe 2 or 3 seconds on a video, or hopefully like that full 20 seconds. But if you think about it, like it's just 20 seconds, you know? Or like it's just 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah,
which
but
is
that's
so short.
It's so valuable.
It
Sorry.
is.
It's so valuable.
It is valuable.
Their 20 seconds of
Yeah.
time is so valuable. So
And it is.
yeah, we have to get them, and we need their 20 seconds.
Yes, you have to get those 20 seconds and keep them there, and then get them like onto your page or on to go to the business, you know. And people just might not realize that it takes effort and time and all this stuff to make a quality video.
Exactly. And like I find like the main thing right now, like as a creator being in this industry, is that you want to make content that's shareable and savable, so that people can refer back to it if they want to go and find somewhere to eat, or they're sharing it with their friends because their friend really likes this kind of coffee and it's like a really unique coffee at this place. They should go and check it out, you know. So you want it to be shareable with friends so that people are actually going and going to these places, supporting these businesses.
You've made a lot of videos. Do you have a favorite one?
So there's this place kind of a little bit outside of Edmonton, and it's a venue where a lot of people get married, and they invited me to come to their like honeymoon suites or whatever, and just experience. They have like a hot tub like outside, and you basically have the entire venue to yourself, especially in like the fall and winter months, because nobody's really getting married around that time. And so I got to show off the entire venue. I got to, you know, experience. Oh, it's like in a cave, by the way. Like the venue's like in a cave, so you kind of like go into this cave, and there's like the bed, and then you get like a really like fancy bathtub, the ones with the feet, and yeah, they give you like champagne and stuff, and it's so cute. And anyway, so I just really loved making that video. It's a nice experience for me and my boyfriend, and you know that also brought. It's just like a unique experience that can like bring people ideas on what they can do with their significant other, and go and experience. And that video performed really, really well because it's just something so unique and different for the city and the area. So yeah, I really like that one. That's my favorite.
That doesn't seem like something you get a lot in Edmonton, so it sounds incredible. I'm gonna watch it after.
Sleeping in a cave.
Things you didn't know you wanted to do, you know? And then someone's like, look how cool this is, and you're like, I want to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to sleep in a cave.
Yeah.
This one will be a little different because it won't be cold and icky and gross. Not that caves are cold and icky and gross. No hate to caves. They're just not my sleeping cup of tea.
Yeah. It's not the first place you'd choose to sleep, but this one is quite fancy, and they put a nice wallpaper, and it's vibey.
Vibey caves. Yeah. I'm here for vibey caves.
Oh, yes.
And your boyfriend, is he typically who you take to film your videos? Do you go alone, or...?
I take him a lot. I kind of drag him. He did not know what he was getting himself into, that's for sure. Yeah, or I'll just take my friends or content creator friends, because I have a lot of friends who are also doing this content creation stuff. So we just like take each other, and then we can all film.
Oh,
it's
cute!
Nice.
So on working with other content creators and content creation in Edmonton, how would you say it is being a content creator in Alberta?
Ooh, I mean, there's only, I guess, so much that you can show, so much that you can see, but, you know, it's such a lovely community. Honestly, like, Edmonton is such a beautiful space with beautiful people. I mean, of course, like, you'll still get, like, hate comments here and there. It is what it is. But, you know, the people are just so nice that I love it. I love it here. The other creators in the city are awesome as well. So, yeah, nothing to complain about. I love it here. I love Edmonton. Aww. To me, it's the best city in Canada.
I actually think I agree. Like, not that I didn't like Edmonton, but I think growing up here, we only did so much.
Yeah.
Especially because when we were growing up, there was less social media, and so there was less content creators, less people being like, hey, there are cool things to do here. So it was a lot of sitting in McDonald's and going to people's houses and like that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But now in this day and age, it's kind of awesome that people get to share cool things, cool places, cool people, and you get to meet people, you know?
Yeah.
And create content and create a beautiful world. It's so cute.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, sounds about right.
Speaking to kind of the positive and negative of like sometimes you get hate comments, which don't listen to those people, okay?
Don't worry. I put a wall, or I just delete them because I don't have patience for that.
As you shouldn't, because there's no need to be mean. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. If I could snap, I would have snapped just like she did. But I am just as intimidating, okay?
Exactly. We don't have time for people like that.
No.
It's okay. I respect people's opinions, really, but if it's just like nasty to me, I just go delete because like I don't want other people to see that. Like, why bring negativity into the space?
Absolutely. No, for sure. And then you kind of open that door for people to be like, hey, that's not true, and then just kind of start an argument there in the comments, and you're like, we just don't need that.
I don't have patience. To be honest, I just don't have patience. Sometimes it affects people. To me, I just go delete. Like, whatever. Like, I don't care. They're like a blank profile picture with like user 732 blah 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 blah.
Literally.
Like, come on.
Yep. It's like, you actually have no effect on my life.
Yeah.
I always think of that Princess Diaries quote that's like, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
Ooh.
And I'm like, that's it. Like, you're irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like, not in your own life. You're important in your own life. But in my life, like, I don't need hate. You know?
Yeah, yeah. We're a positive place full of rainbows and sunshine.
Exactly. But anyway, back to my question. Sorry, I've been like...
That's okay.
My question, yeah, exactly. My question was, how is it kind of dealing with being in the public eye?
Ooh. To be honest, sometimes people recognize me on the street and I go, hi. I don't mind it. I think from when I was young, maybe that's one of the reasons I like making videos is because I like being on a camera. But so I really don't mind it. I really like being a go-to person to like see these different opportunities in Edmonton and to be able to showcase businesses. I like to think that I'm kind of good at showcasing
I think you're
people.
amazing.
So I'm like, if I can be that outlet to help businesses and to help people and also inspire people to go and do things, I'd love to be that person. So, yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Oh.
And you're so kind, you know? I feel like you never really know... you don't totally know someone when you're just watching their videos and stuff, but you seem exactly like how you are in your videos, which is like,
I don't
so
have
cute
time
and
to
fun.
be fake.
No, for sure.
I don't have time to pretend. I'm just here, living life. Sorry, I like doing this thing with the camera.
I like it too. It's good. You have to play on it. It's your little like side person breaking the third wall.
Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like what, you know, when you're watching Zoella or like those YouTubers, they'll do like a face and they like zoom in and it's like, and it's like a zoom in. But yeah, that's what that reminds me of. And so like in my head, I still do that because I just think it's funny. Anyway, sorry.
You're like, we are zooming in because anyone didn't know. That's what they're...
We should both just look at the camera and then you can zoom in. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's going to be great.
And with that, is there something about being a content creator that maybe people don't know or don't realize that you want to be like, hey, this is a situation?
I think just by getting people to realize that it is a lot of work to create these videos, like I kind of mentioned before, it's a whole process and it takes hours and hours and hours and hours. And the biggest thing that we get from it is by getting people to watch the videos and seeing the comments and like seeing that people are sharing it with their friends means the absolute most, because then we can show that like our work is actually making an impact. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the biggest thing, I think.
If someone told you like 10 years ago or whenever you first started making videos that you would have like hundreds of thousands of followers, like all this stuff, making all these videos, working with all these businesses, what would you say?
It's about time. I'm just kidding.
Good. No, yeah. It's about time. I like that.
I think when I first started, all I wanted to do is this kind of stuff. So it's like, it's about time.
It's like, yeah.
Good job. Keep going.
Do you have any advice for aspiring content creators?
Keep working hard. It takes a lot of energy, to be honest. And if you don't see fruitful results within like a few weeks, like a lot of people can be discouraged, or if you don't get those viral videos, people get really discouraged. But what matters the most is consistency. If you keep going and you keep doing what you're doing and you have like something unique about yourself or your content, then it will do well. You just need to remember to bring value to people through your content. And that's what gets them to watch it. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing.
And from when you first started to now, what would you say has been the biggest challenge for you?
Niching down. Because I went from doing music to local to Mandarin stuff, and now I'm like, back to local. But I'm strong where I am now. I like what I'm doing now, and I find that now I have the right resources to do it. So that was the hardest part, is to like find what am I good at, but what is it also that I'm passionate about. Yeah.
And finding that balance, that like sweet spot of doing what you want to be doing, but while succeeding, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so this is a little topic change. We don't have to get into it if you don't want to. But music, what do you do musically?
I used to like write music and record music. Like I like to record music. That was like back in the day.
Oh, nice.
And I would like play guitar and I'd make my little covers, and I even have some songs on Spotify. And then get this. I even wrote a song and I put it on Spotify, but it's in Mandarin, and it's yeah, it's ridiculous. And then when I was in Taiwan last year, I was also working with like this musician, because like we've been friends for a while, and he's from New Zealand, and he's like very Caucasian like me. And we're singing this like Mandarin song. We have 2 songs on Spotify together. I can show you after.
Yes, as you will.
I actually love them because he's the one who recorded them and produced them, and he's so talented. Like that's what he does. Like I think he's like working with Sony or something. I don't know how much I can say, but anyway, he like works with Sony and helps like actual like Taiwanese artists create their songs and write songs, and he writes songs for them, like for those singers.
Oh wow!
Like stuff like that. It's like wild.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, his Mandarin is perfect.
Yours must be pretty perfect too.
No,
if you can like speak and sing.
No, singing is so much easier.
Really?
Oh yes, because when you're speaking, you have to have the tones. When you're singing, you don't need them.
Ah, I see. So it's like the musicality kind of helps in the music.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact.
You live such a wild life. Like, what? You just like pulled that story. You're like, yeah, when I was like, I just have songs on Spotify. Like, no big deal. That's
fun.
so fun.
Yeah.
What would you say is the coolest thing you've ever done? Just out of curiosity. Or like one of them, because I feel like you have so many.
Coolest thing I've ever done?
Yeah.
Does it have to be content creation wise?
No, it doesn't. It could be literally anything.
Last year, when I was in Taiwan, I went river tracing for the first time. Listen, I had no idea what that was either. And so you put on your little water suit and your water shoes, and you go on a hike in the river, up the river, through the waterfalls.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then so my first time going, I was like with like an instructor guy, and then like he's like taking us through this easy way, and then we like find this natural slide, right? And he makes us go like backwards, head first, and he pushes my feet down, and I'm like going like this down the water. And then, it was crazy. Anyway, yeah. And then my second time going, somebody broke their ankle. And then I also broke my glasses because the natural slide was probably 30 feet high, if not more. I didn't realize that, and then they said, oh, if you just go like this over your glasses, you'll be fine. It was not fine. And then the waterfall kept trying to like put us back into the like behind the waterfall to like drown me, and then I was trying to find my glasses because they broke, and I'm like holding my glasses and I'm trying to swim with one arm, but it's like pushing me that way, and I was going that way. Anyway, that was the craziest thing. It was fun as hell.
Someone needs to make a movie about your life. Can I do it? I'll write the screenplay. I'm ready.
That was a fun time. That was actually with the music producer guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and his girlfriend. That was nice.
What a wild time.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got new glasses. I'm glad that everything worked out after that.
I'm glad I brought extra glasses to that trip. That's good.
There you go.
They were broken for the rest of that time. I had to bend them back into place. It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine. You pick up, you move on. Take what you can. That's very fun and exciting. And I know we were talking a bit about challenges, but on the flip side, what would you say is the most rewarding part of the work that you do?
Let me tell you a story. I was creating content for about probably like 3 to 4 months or so, in like the Edmonton stuff. And this was probably back in like August, I'd say, of 2023. And I made this video for this one small business, and I did not expect it to do that well, to be honest. And they worked with influencers all the time, but the influencers were always showing stuff like, so it's like a dessert place. So it was like all like so much chocolate and like chocolate dipped cheesecakes and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't eat that. You know, I don't like sugar. Well, I'm trying to lower my sugar. I love sugar actually, but I'm trying to lower it. Anyway, so I was like, I can't eat that. So I was like, how do I approach this place a little bit differently that nobody else has done before? So they had these like little mini pancakes. They're like Dutch little mini cuties. They're like that big, so cute.
Aww.
And so they also had the Lotus Biscoff flavor, new, and I was like, I love Lotus, and I love like these little mini pancakes. They're so cute. So I got them just to do the most simple thing. I said, make me some of those pancakes, put a little bit of the saucy sauce on it, but a little bit. I said, no drowning it, just a little mini bit. Anyway, and then they put some Biscoff on top. And then so what I presented it at was like, come try these like mini pancakes. And like mini pancakes sounds like, to me anyway, is like a lot more appealing than cheesecake dipped in chocolate. You know, like it's like that's too much for me. But this mini pancake is so cute. It's a little snack for when you're like, let's say at the mall or whatever. And that video ended up doing so well that they could pay their rent in full for the first time.
Oh, yay!
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
And you did that.
Well,
I
I
don't
don't
help them do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like it's rewarding when like you can actually see that the business like made so much, got a lot of benefit from a video, you know? And so yeah. It's just nice to know that it's actually working, is all.
Yeah, and it's making an impact and it's reaching the people that it needs to reach and making a difference to someone, because that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and then people afterwards, they were saying like they were making their own TikTok videos and they're like, these are the viral TikTok mini pancakes. And I'm like,
aww.
I'm viral.
That was me, no big deal.
Yeah, that was cute. I never expected that, but it was nice.
So you've worked with a wide variety of brands and people and things and whatnot. Is there someone or some company or some local shop that you were like, oh my gosh, I would love to work with this person?
Ooh, you know, okay, they're actually not in Edmonton, but there was, I absolutely love Tourism Jasper. They are the sweetest people to work with.
Aww.
And I don't even know like how I ended up working with them. Like I actually pitched to them, which I never do, but I really wanted to work with them because there was like the Jasper Dark Sky and I was like, what a cool experience for people. So I pitched them and I was like, and I wrote down this long email and they were like, sounds great. We'll make your itinerary, come by. I was like, and I got so excited, but they're so sweet. And now like I've got to work with them multiple times now and hopefully again this summer. So sweet. They have the coolest experiences over there and we're so close. Yeah. And yeah, I want to work with more like outside of Edmonton, like inspiring people to also travel, especially this summer. So we'll see how we can go with that. But Tourism Jasper, they're awesome. I love them.
And when you say traveling outside of Edmonton, do you mean like province-wide, country-wide? What are you thinking?
These are my future goals.
How wide are you going? Let's talk about your future goals.
Ooh. Yeah. So I want to be reaching out to maybe a few in BC for this summer and see what happens. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Nobody does.
You know, I'm just kind of making it up. I just think wherever I can like actually add value, because like I look at their strategic plans and like I want to see like can I actually like help them with their goals, and then if I can, then I reach out and I'm like, okay, you know, this is where I can help. And you know, I only reach out to the places where I think that people in Edmonton would actually be interested in, and then hopefully maybe I can expand the audience as well to maybe people in Calgary, all Albertans, maybe people in BC, and then eventually I do want to go all over Canada, and eventually all over the world. So we'll see what happens with that, but it's a slow process and I know it. So like this year it's just a little bit outside the province, and maybe next year somewhere else in Canada. You know, it's slow.
Baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a fun process. I love traveling, so I want to integrate that a little bit.
And so if you could, would you want to be like only, because I know you were saying like kind of 3 full-time jobs, sort of, kind of. Would you want to just have the one? Like if you, in an ideal world, if you could travel globally and just create content, is that like your dream of like that's what I would love to do?
I would say I'd love to travel and then come back. I love Edmonton. Edmonton's my home base, and I'm planning on starting a family soon anyway. So, it's like if I can go and then come back and then go and then come back, that would be really nice. And it would probably be just my company, and then my social media would be probably sometime this year I want to get into. Don't tell my full-time job yet.
Our lips are sealed. We won't send them this video. Don't worry.
Great.
And so go and come back. Where is the first place you would go before you come back?
Ooh. Well, I think it'll just start with like places in Canada for sure.
Okay.
East Coast is somewhere I've never been, and I'd love to go. And I think that showcasing over there would be so fun because I don't see a lot of content from over there. So I'd love to showcase.
Actually, I don't think they do either.
Yeah, like PEI, Nova Scotia.
What's going on over there?
I don't know, but I feel it looks like Scotland.
Yeah.
That's my vibe that I get.
Yeah.
So I want to go and look at what I'm doing like this is like, the grass and then the cliff and then the water.
Yes.
I knew exactly what you were talking about when you're
We're all picturing the exact same spot in PEI, even though none of us have been.
I just got into Nova Scotia talk. I don't know if it's a thing, it's a niche, but it's my For You page right now.
It's so pretty there. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I
No,
love
you're
it
not.
there though.
See, this is a place I need to go. And there was once I was doing like a business case competition when I was in school, and there was this company that is from there and makes these beautiful raincoats. And I really want a raincoat, but it's expensive to ship over to this side, so I want to go there and I want to get a raincoat.
Kind of crazy to me that it's so expensive. Little side note to ship things from Canada. I'm I'm literally here.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But I hope you get your raincoat. You will.
Thank you.
You will get
it's
your
yellow
raincoat.
and it's cute and reminds me of little
Paddington?
what's it? Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Coraline.
Oh, Coraline. That's a good
Coraline.
one.
I was thinking Etch.
I was thinking Madeline. What's the?
Oh, yeah, Madeline. Yeah.
Madeline.
Oh, that's a good one.
What even is the name of that show? I remember
Madeline.
playing.
I think
it is just Madeline.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played a computer game with Madeline where she had to go to Switzerland or something and then make chocolate.
Oh,
That sounds like something that
And,
would
like,
happen
yeah.
in her
She was
world.
in her little row of little girlies,
Oh,
and she was the only
yeah.
one wearing something else. She was wearing blue, I think, like periwinkle
Why
blue.
do I remember that?
Doesn't that bring back some
It
kind
does.
of memory?
I'm remembering the lineup. I'm okay.
I need to look that up later. Remind me because it's this is gonna be a tickle in my brain. I need to know what this is.
So PEI in the first place you'd go, but if it could be anywhere in the world, hypothetically, you get to decide. There's no, you have to start small. You can go as big as you want.
Oh,
You could go
gotcha.
to space or Antarctica
Whoa.
or
I'm
anywhere.
planning a trip to Antarctica.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Of course you are. It's not in a bad way. I'm sorry, I did not mean it in
No,
a
no,
negative
it
way.
didn't
I mean it
sound
in that's totally something that I could see you doing, even though I just met you and I barely know you. But your vibes, I definitely you could make Antarctica fun for sure.
I'm so excited. So there's somebody that I know who's there right now, and I just see her content, and I'm like, I want to go. And she's not a content creator or anything. I just see her stories, right? And they're so basic, but I'm like, I want to go see those ice. I want to go and I want to do a polar dip. I've never done that. That's not for me. That's not for me. But in Antarctica, sign me up.
I mean, yeah, 100%.
You can't
If
go
you're
there not.
No, for sure. It's here, no, it's just Edmonton. But there, you're going there, you might as well.
Yeah, I'm if a seal takes me down, so be, so be it. So be it. I'm I'm fine. It's my time. But, there's just something so cool about it. But yeah, 2026. Apparently February is a good time, so that's what I'm aiming for. It's expensive. It's expensive to go. You have to go on a cruise.
Oh, really?
You can't just fly there. I didn't know
The
that.
Drake Passage. Have you heard about that?
No.
No.
Don't look it up on TikTok.
Side note, I will-
It is
yeah.
scary.
Don't scare me.
Don't look it up. I'm not saying anything. Just don't
I'm
look
gonna
it
forget that you said that.
Yeah,
A very side note, Costco sells cruise packages and
Oh,
stuff.
To
yeah.
Antarctica?
There are a few ones. I had seen one the other day, just so you know. So,
Tea. I'm going there tomorrow.
Yeah. You
Get
literally
your
just go on
package.
Costco.ca and you check out their little travel thing. But, yeah.
You can confirm Antarctica 2026 tomorrow
Hell yeah.
when you go to
Yeah.
Costco.
I have a whole timeline in my head, and I'm I hope that this works out for me because I'm if
It will
timeline,
manifest.
it will. I know it will. The only thing is if I have a baby.
Oh, this is fair.
See, I have a
That
baby,
might
but then I
be-
already told my mom. So I'm Mom, you're gonna have 2 weeks. You're gonna have to look after
You'll
my baby.
watch
So
the baby
funny.
while I polar dip in Antarctica, and I will be back.
Yeah.
Good. I love it. Real question though, does she not get cold in Antarctica? Like, is it not that cold? I mean, I guess it's been colder here than in Antarctica.
Oh, that's also true. But I don't know. They're like wearing their get-ups. They like provide you with the right parkas and stuff like that. So that's cool. And like you stay on the cruise ship, which I'm assuming is heated, and then like you go off for like your little excursions, or you'll go kayaking or something. But you wear your snow pants, you wear your things. And,
Gotcha.
yeah. I don't know what else they put on you. Like if you're in a kayak in a snowsuit, and then you have to wear a life jacket. That's a little.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it works. They figured it out.
You know what?
They've been doing
I'll make
this,
the content.
so.
I'll let you know.
Please do.
We'll be watching.
We will be watching. Can't wait to see.
For some reason, I didn't realize that you guys would have stayed on the cruise. I thought you guys.
Yeah, I thought they would have like
stuff,
dropped you off, and then you would have been like free.
Make a hut.
But I guess
you
a
know,
cruise, you
Make a
just
hut.
stay
Have a
on.
igloo.
You take a week to build it. You know, it's great.
It's all part of the experience. That's so funny. Yeah, no, it looks cool though. Like you get your little room. I would, and listen, I'm at a place. I'm like, I'm gonna go luxury. If we're gonna do this, like I'm gonna get
Full set.
king size bed. You
For
know.
sure.
Oh yeah.
I want a king size bed, and I want a full size mirror. That's all I want.
That's not asking for too
You're
much.
not
I
asking
don't
for a
think.
lot. I think.
There we go.
Antarctica must have it. Very low
Yeah.
maintenance. Very low maintenance gal you are. You know, doing the most.
Yeah.
With the least.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Doing the most with the least.
I like it. All right.
All right.
Antarctica.
Coming back to our discussions and whatnot, for anyone who watches your video, like any of your fans that are watching, is there anything you want to like say?
Thank
Aw.
you. No. Like, do I tell the camera? I'm like, I appreciate you. I appreciate them.
My mom's a huge fan.
Oh.
I'm a huge fan, if I'm
Me
being
too.
honest.
Oh.
I literally save all your stuff. I'm like, I need to go here,
We
here.
send it to each other and I
Yeah.
read it.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Aw. No, it actually it is crazy to me that people actually watch it. Like sometimes I'm like, I make the content and then I see all I see are numbers, right? Unless I see comments or I get messages from it. So it's like it's so weird when someone will actually approach me in person and they're like, love your videos, and I'm like, people watch it. Like it's weird, but it's so nice. Like there's actually people who care and want to support the community, and yeah, I'm just happy that I can help be that outlet. So thanks.
I didn't even think of that because on analytics and all that, it's just numbers, you know? And so having a face to the number and having a name to the number and having people approach you and know that you're making an impact with like real people instead of just like numbers. That must be nice.
It is
Be a little
nice.
warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, it's cute.
Aw, I love that. Okay, so last question. What would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Think twice before you do anything once. My dad told me that my entire life growing up, and I think what he meant was don't make a mess in the kitchen kind of vibe. Like think twice before you wash that dish with this thing or something so that the plate falls and breaks. But I think that you can apply that into so many different ways, which is like even before you say something out loud, you could like potentially hurt somebody. Like let's say, just for example. And so like even when I was in high school and stuff, it's like, okay, let me think about like how will this affect the other person or something. And like so that's like in terms of talking or even in terms of making content. Think twice, like do I want to work with this person? Or like do I want to actually go to this place? Will it actually make an impact? And like really like basically just putting a lot of thought into like everything that I do, everything that I say, so that I keep things positive and in good light, baby.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and sitting down with us. This has been so much fun.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it was fun.